Assalamu alaikum. This is part 2, most tricky part, and in this video we are going to learn how to connect Flutter Web with Firebase and how to upload teachers data on Firestore, and we are also use clean architectures concepts in this video. Run the app and upload the teacher data on Firestore. Okay, first of all we are going to upload teachers data on Firestore. Just skip this part because I will create another separate video on this part. First of all, go to user section, click on teacher and add new teacher. Just click on add new teacher and here you can enter teachers data and just click on save button to save to upload these data on Firestore. But first of all, if I click on save button, then it will show error because it doesn't add any data about teacher. So first enter valid teacher name must be 3 characters like, and enter valid email. Password should be anything but must be 6 characters, and designation must be 4 characters, and department software. Phone number, yeah, phone number must be 10 characters, and you can select gender, male, female, and blood group, A positive, B positive, O negative, anything. Here you can add teacher address and that should be 15 characters, and about teacher that must be 14 characters, and select image. Okay, picture, you can upload anything. Okay, now save it. Added successfully. Okay, now let's go and check it. Here you can find teachers data that we have added, and go to storage section to see the image we have just uploaded. Yeah, here it is. Okay, now go to Android Studio. First of all, we are going to add some libraries. Go to pubspec.yaml file, and here we can see I have added table calendar for showing events, and I will create, I think, third or fourth video on events. And here you can see state management Flutter block, equitable, compare objects like teacher object, student, and admin, like that. Here you can see I have added cloud firestore, Firebase storage, Firebase core, and site sheet. Okay, and it is getter, dependency injection, image picker, and Flutter toast. Okay, now first of all we are going to connect our Flutter web with Firebase. Open your Firebase console, and I think here you click on add project, give it name, and click on continue. Okay, and there will be another screen, and there will be also an option for continue. Click on continue to go to the next screen, and you will find a screen in which you can see iOS, Android, web, and Unity and Flutter buttons. Okay, just click on Flutter and you will see this page, and here you can see install the Firebase CLI. Just click on it, and for Windows you can download Firebase CLI. I have already added. You can just click it and install it. Just open it. It looked like this, and here you can see Firebase login. Just copy it and paste it here and log in the Firebase. I have already logged in, so I don't need to run this command. After that, you just need to run this command. Then before running this command, Flutter configure, you need to set up a path in configurations. I mean environment configurations. Edit the system environment variables. Go to environment variables, and here you can see path. Click on path and click on update button, and go to your local disk C users, your name and app data, then local, then pub folder, then cache and bin, and copy this path. Go to your environment setting and just click on new and paste it. Click on new and just paste it and click on OK. I have already done this, so I don't need to do this. Okay, cancel. Okay, then go to your Firebase console and copy this command line. Then add the root of your Flutter project directory, in which folder you have created your project. Then go to that folder. For example, I have created an new value 3D models and Flutter school management admin panel, here, and here just click on right click and open in terminal. Okay, and paste that command and just run it. As you run, it will show you 4 options: Android, iOS, web and Mac. You need to select only web for this project. Okay, and then click on enter, and it will set up web for your project. My English is not so good, but I'm trying to deliver the concepts that is necessary for you, because I have faced a lot of issues during this setup. Then just click on next button. This will automatically register your platform apps with Firebase and adds a lib Firebase options dot, and you can see it will look like that. Basically, I have connected for web, Android and iOS. I have selected 3 options, but you will select only one option, and that will be web. So it will show only this line, these lines of codes. Okay, then click next, and continue to console. Yeah, here it is. And we need to add a script in our index file. Okay, you can find here a web folder index.html. Just open it and you can see here I have already added a script. You can get this script from, let me open it, project overview, project settings, and click on web app, and yeah, here it is. But first of all, you need to run this command npm install Firebase in your terminal, and after that just click these lines and paste these lines in a script tag. Okay, here these are the lines that I have pasted. Okay, after that go to main file, and here you need to set up you need to initialize your app, and here you will provide Firebase options, and that is your web options, and that you can get these things from your uh, Firebase options dot file. Here you can see these are the lines that you need to copy and paste it. API key, app ID, messaging sender ID, project ID, and storage bucket. Okay, and then go to your core folder constants, and here you can see I have created a new dot file that is app sized boxes. Okay, just create it, and size box width 2468. These are for width purpose, for giving space between our two widgets in horizontal. Okay, and for vertical I have added height, and there are the size boxes for the height, and these are the size boxes for width and height both. These are commonly used, so I have created separately. Okay, okay, open your app text class, and here we need to add some more text, and that is add teacher, add new teacher, create teacher, enter teacher name, enter teacher email, teacher password, designation, department, phone number, select gender, select blood group, address, about, image, and these are the label names that we are going to use with our edit text field as a label. And here it is male female that we are going to use as a gender selection, and these are the text that basically we are going to use for the validation of our text that we are going to enter in edit text field. Okay, and yeah, that's for this class. And let me delete these things, we don't. Okay, just create teacher entity that extends equitable, and equitable basically compares our objects using field values. And here I have created teacher name, email, password, and for password I'm not sure these fields, and create a constructor, and here I have used this method of equitable. Okay, it overrides the props get method from the equitable class to return a list of all the class fields. This enables the class to compare two objects based on their field values. Then just go to repository Firebase repository, and here you can see I have created an abstract class teacher Firebase repository and its methods. Okay, I have created teacher features, get teachers, get single teachers, create teachers, update teachers, and here you can upload image to storage. Okay, after that you need to open user cases, use cases, not user cases, and in use cases I have created a teacher Firebase use cases and upload teacher image use case. That is basically same for teacher, parent, and in case of student. Okay, first we need to look on create teacher use case, create teacher use case, then create a constructor using this repository and create a method called teacher entity and repository dot create teacher. Here I have defined in Firebase repository create teacher method and pass teacher entity to this method. Okay, these are our use case for teacher, and the other use case is upload teacher image. Okay, create a class and also create an instance for teacher Firebase repository and a constructor, and create a future string method repository dot upload image to storage. Okay, and it will return a string, and that we use to upload in our fire Firestore. Okay, then that is done in case of domain. Then we need to go to our data folder. Let me close these files and go to data folder, and here you can see first of all go to models and teacher model. Okay, and here you can see I have created a teacher extends teacher entity. Okay, that we have created in domain, and here I have created the same fields for teacher and created a constructor and dot super that helps us to compare. Okay, and here I have created a form snapshot for teacher, document snapshot, var snapshot, snapshot dot get data as maps string because all fields are string. Okay, and then create a teacher, and here you can also convert data into to JSON field. Now go to our repository and Firebase repository implementation. Okay, now it extends teacher Firebase repository that we have created in our domain folder repository. Okay, this is basically an abstract class and our teacher Firebase repository implementation. Here I have created only features, and these are the only methods, and here I have created its implementation. Okay, and that extends teacher Firebase repository, and here I have also create a instance of remote data source. Okay, first of all go to data source, and here I have created a remote data source. And if you talk about remote data source, it is an abstract class, and these are the same methods that I have declared in Firebase repository. Okay, these are the same methods, and if you go to remote data source implementation, and here I am handling our Firebase things. Here you can see Firebase Firestore, Firebase storage, and I have created these fields and created a constructor, pass these fields, and here you can see I have created a create teacher method overrides basically. Okay, because I'm using remote data source, and in remote data source I have this method create teacher. Okay, here it's override this method, and in create teacher we are basically passing teacher entity and user collection Firebase dot collection teachers, and add teachers.putJSON. Here I have added teachers fields and converted to .putJSON that we have described in our models, and user collection dot add teacher. Okay, it will upload our teachers data to Firestore. And these fields I don't have implemented yet, but in case of image I have implemented it. Okay, now go to upload image to storage, and here you can see I have created a random string to upload images. Okay, and here you can see Firebase storage.ref.child storage path, and here storage path, this is coming from this, and .child random string. Okay, and this is the case for uploading image in case of web. Okay, upload task ref.put data, but in case of Android and iOS we basically use ref.put files, not data. And put files is that only works for Android and iOS, and but for web we need to use put data and enable this thing stable metadata content type image png. Okay, and task snapshot, it will upload the task and it is wait for some times. Okay, and using this snapshot we can download our URL and then return this URL. Okay, then go to our project, and I think we have discussed all the things. Yeah, it's remaining. Okay, now we can create our remote data source and teacher Firebase implementations. Okay, here you can see I have override our create teacher method, and basically it's a future method, and we share async, and it's using an arrow function. Remote data source, this is the remote data source, and remote data source, yeah, this is an abstract class. Okay, these fields I don't implemented yet. Okay, then here it is, upload image to string, and here you can see it's also an arrow function, and here remote data source dot upload image to storage, and I have passed file path and storage path. Okay, now we have all done with our data. We have done with our data and domain folder, but presentations folder, and here you can see teacher pages, teacher page, just open it, teacher page, teacher screen, stateless widget. Okay, now assign this size media query dot open text size, and a bar is same, but in case of body it is different now, because we are using a right sheet. Okay, it will opens from right side, and here I am using single child scroll view for our text fields column, and in column I have used give padding, and here you can see symmetric horizontal 8 vertical 18, and its child is container, and in container I have given its width and height and decoration, and in decoration I have given its color white, border radius 20, box shadow, and for box shadow colors is black with opacity 0.5, blur radius 5, spread radius 1, and gives offset 0. Okay, and in its child I have added a padding, and in padding you can see symmetric horizontal 24, and its child is row, and in row its main axis alignment is space between, okay, and its children's are text, teacher text, and another container. And in container I have added padding from all side, and it is 8. And I have added its decoration, border radius 20, and created another child gesture detector. On tap it will open a side sheet, and this is basically coming from our package that we are using, and that is side sheet. You can just check it what basically it is. And if you go to side sheet, you can see its example in readme. Yeah, here it is. It's opening from right. You can also set its position. It can also open from left side, but I'm using it from right side. Okay, side dot right. You can also change it to left. Yeah, but right is good for now. And pass context, build context. Here it is. And width, size dot width 0.3, and right teacher sheet. Basically it is a widget. And you can see in gesture detector child I have added a row, and this row contains icon add button and teacher text add teacher that I have declared in that I have added in app text, not declared. It's not an object, it's a text field, and it's a string. Add teacher in app text. You can see, oh, there it is. Oh my god, I can't find it, bro. Yeah, here it is. Add teacher, add new teacher. Okay, now just look on our widget. Where it is, where it is. Yeah, in widget folder you can see right teacher sheet. This is our widget. Oh, boom. These are the text editing controllers: name, email, password designation, department controller, phone controller, gender controller, blurs, blah blah blah. Global key that we are going to use for our form validation, that will helps. Unit 8 list, and image name, select gender, blood group. Okay, and yeah, in init state we have initialized these edit string controllers, and in dispose method we have dispose. Okay, and in select image folder, not folder, method, and in select image method here you can see I have created a try catch. And try catch I picked a file image picker dot platform dot get image, and image source is gallery. If that file does not equal to null, then we will assign that image, that is unit 8 list, and await x file picked file dot path dot read add bytes. Okay, we are assigning bytes. And image name, what is image name? Picked file dot name, and set state. And if it's is equal to null, then we will show flutter toast image not selected. And if there is an error, we will show flutter toast and its exception. Okay, now go to our build method, and here you can see I have created a single child scroll view, and its child I have added a padding. And in padding I have given its padding horizontally 8 and vertical 20, and its child I have passed a column, and in column, you can see I have created main axis and cross axis alignment, both are stored. Okay, it means our text fields or forms will be on our left side. Okay, here you can see I have created a text widget and app text that create teacher, and create teacher you can see it is here, and added a style. Okay, then I have created an app size box dot size box height 4, that I have already shown you app size boxes. Okay, I'm using these, and I have created and added an divider and give it a color. You can also give it not a width but a size, I think, not a size. Then what it is, oh sorry, thickness. You can change its thickness according to yours, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, then give it a size box height 14. Okay, space 14, and here I'm using a form and form key that I have here. It is global key, and you can see in column I have added a common text field that is our custom text field widget. Placed it in our core folder, and in core it's in widget because we are using this in lot of screens, and so that's why I have created a custom text field. Okay, and you can see here I have declared its some fields. You can also enter other properties. I have just added these properties: controllers, obscure, read only, keyboard type is multi, focus, enable label hint. You can also add other stuff according to your requirements. Okay, these fields are required, and for these fields I have added a default things. I mean, for keyboard type I have added a text, and for obscure it's false, it's multi false, read only false, enable false. Okay, user can also change these things. Okay, now go to our build method, and here it is container, and I have added a margin vertical 4, and for child text form field, and in this you can see you can only enter digits from 0 to 9. Okay, that is because of this filtering. Text input formatter digits only. You can also change it, and it's give you single line formatter, allow but I'm using only digits only. And you can also change this, I'm using 10. You can also change the limit, and this is only in case of phone. If text input type is phone, then it will execute this, otherwise it will be empty, and by default it is text. Okay, autofocus makes lines. If a user added true for multiple, then its lines will be 4, otherwise it will be 1. And max lines, if it is multiple, then max lines will be null, otherwise it will be 1. And enabled read only obscure text, keyboard type, controller, decoration, label, padding. Okay, okay, now go to our write teacher fields and look at these common text fields: controllers, name controller, label, app text that label name, hint, enter teacher name, validator. If value less than length 3, then it will show an error. And here in app text field I have enter teacher, not enter teacher name error. Okay, and yeah, it is done. In case of email, you can see I have passed and control email label and email hint text, and here you can see I have added a keyboard type, and that is email address. And in validator, if value is not empty, then it will run this if method, and if in this method I am going to check email is if user enters valid email or not. And for this I have created a separate method, check valid email. And here I am using, in check valid email method, I am using regressions. Okay, dot has match. If it's a valid email, then it will return true, otherwise it will return a false. It means it will contain @gmail.com, then it will @gmail.com, email.com, yahoo.com, something dot something, abc.abc. Okay, this is for email. And for password, you can see I have passed a controller label hint and obscure true, not visible. Okay, and here I have added its length, not its length must be 6 or greater than 5. Okay, designation, this is for the designation. And yeah, in case of phone number, you can see keyboard type text type input dot phone, and it is must be 10 characters. Okay, for gender I have created a separate widget. Okay, and for that I have created a callback to get its data back. And for that I have created two type def functions. One is for gender callback and another is blood group callback. And I have created two separate widgets, one for select gender. Okay, you can see is I have created an enum, and in an enum I have passed two things, one is male and one is female. Okay, user can be male or female. And here you can see I have created a gender callback that I have declared in here right teacher sheet. And in select gender, you can see I passed it in its constructor, and I have passed its default value. It shouldn't be null. Okay, and widget dot gender dot callback, and I have passed in its init state its default value. In case user don't change the gender type and click on save button, then by default it will be male. Now go to our build method, and here you can see I have created a column widget, and its column widget I have created text. And in text I have added app text that select gender. And if you go to app text, select gender, here it is, select gender text. Okay, and in its row method, in its row widget, okay, in its row I have created an separate, okay, here I have created a separate widget that is gender radio button, and basically that is common for male and female. Okay, here you can see gender radio button, I have passed a value and group value. Okay, here you can see it is basically a radio widget, value group value, and on change it will update the value and also assign to gender callback. Okay, and here I have passed a gender character dot male and character that is by default male. And in case of female, here I have passed female and character. Okay, that is for our gender widget. Now go to our blood group callback and blood group widget. Here I have defined an initial value that is a positive, and here it is a list for our drop down menu. And you can see I have assign a blood group callback initial value, okay, to show a positive. And in its build method, you can see I have created a drop down button, okay, and passed its initial value, that is a positive, and passed an icon. And here you can see in items, here groups dot map, and in map function you can see return drop down menu item. Basically it will return drop down menu item for each its item, that is a positive, a negative, okay. And you can see its value is items, and child text is items, and dot to list converted to list. And on, basically it is a list, so converted to a list. And on change method, it will update our initial value and also update our blood group callback, okay. Now go to our new teacher sheet and go to our gender. Here it is gender. And in case of blood group, you can see blood group callback group, blood group is equal to group. This is for our address. And here you can see I have make is multiple true, and it will, user can add multiple lines in case of address, okay. And in case of about, it is also true, okay. And in case of image, I have created a container, and in container I have passed padding from all set 16, box decoration border, and its width is 1, you can change it, and its color is black with opacity 0.5. and its child, I have created a row, and in row I have added a elevated button that will help us to select an image, okay. And here you can see app size box dot width 6 and text, and it will show image name that we select from our desktop or laptop, okay. And here you can see there is a size box, and in size box I have added its width and height. And here elevated button, and in elevated button you can see unpressed, it will call a upload image. And if we go to upload image, you can see, if we come to our upload method, here you can see, if we, here we are checking if all the fields are validate, it means user enters valid data, then it will first upload our image, it is here. And in then it will create a teacher, it means it will upload teacher's data to Firestore, otherwise it will show a toast, okay. And in case of create teacher, okay, if we come to our create teacher method, here you can see I have created our teacher, okay, dot create teacher, and here I have passed a teacher entity using our state management. And then it will show a message add successfully, and it will close our right side sheet, otherwise it will show an error message, okay. Now it's time to go to our block statement state management, okay. Now come to this folder block, and here you can see, first of all let me close these things, teacher screen, this one, this one. In teacher state dart file, I have created an abstract class of teacher state that extends equitable, and also created different states of teacher, like teacher initial, teacher loading, okay, teacher loaded, and teacher failure. And in teacher Cubit.dart file, I have created a class teacher Cubit that extends Cubit, and here I have passed teacher state class, okay. In block state management there are two concepts, one is Cubit and one is block. Basically block is a large thing that also handle our events, and Cubit is a subset of Bloc. It means Cubit is not more complex like Bloc, and Cubit don't handle events. Okay, in case of Bloc we use yield to update our data, but in case of Cubit, here it use emit. Okay, and here you can see I have created two methods, create teacher and upload image. In case of upload image, I need two parameters, one is file path and one is storage path, and inside this method you can see I have called this method, that is basically in our use case. If we go to our use cases and here upload teacher image use case, here you can see this is call method, and I have passed file path and storage path here. Go to teacher Cubit and you can see, and these and I'm calling this method in our teacher. Here it is in widgets, write teacher sheet. You can see here in upload teacher image use case, and I have passed file path and storage path. Okay, and in case of create teacher, if I go to this method, you can see I have called create teacher use case dot call method, that is in our inside our create teacher Firebase use cases. You can see here it is. If got an exception, it will emit teacher failure. And in this video I'm not handling exceptions, but in the next video I will make a next video on the exception handling. Okay, now last thing, that is our dependency injection, and I think that is clear for you guys. Now come to our core folder, and here you can see injector folder, and injector folder, here it is injector config file. Dependency injection, a way of making a class independent of its own dependencies. Here I have created an init method, and inside init method I have registered our classes. Okay, get it package provide two or three ways to register our classes. One is register factory, that will be used to create an instance of a specific type or specific class whenever it is requested. Okay, and here you can see I have registered our teacher Cubit class. And other method is register lazy singleton, that is requested and will return the same instance on subsequent request. It will create a single instance of our class, and it will return that instance when it is requested. Okay, here you can see I have created for use cases. And for repository, I have registered our teacher Firebase repository implementation, and for remote data source, and these lines of codes are for our Firebase. Okay, here you can see I have import a injector config file as a di, and di mean dependency injection. Okay, and I call init method here using di.init, and the init method is here. Okay, these lines of code are related to our block state management. To register our block provider teacher Cubit, its type is teacher Cubit. Okay, now run the app and upload teacher data to Firestore. Okay, now go to our user section and go to teacher and click on add new teacher. Fill the form, email, password, designation, department, phone number. Okay, here we can add address, about teacher, select teacher image, then save. Added successfully. Okay, now come to our Firebase console, and here you can see new teacher has been added, and that is teacher name Rahim A plus software teacher. Okay, okay, that is for this part. And in next part we are going to add exception handling, and I will also teach you how to use GitHub desktop to upload our code to GitHub. Okay, see you in next video. Thanks for watching.